Lux Lube is like skincare for down there, and I would not want to put anything on our skin down there that we wouldn't put on our face. So the ingredients are very simple. It's vegan, cruelty-free, all natural, and just a pleasure for your skin.
Welcome to Come Talk with Aimee, the podcast where sex isn't whispered about, it's talked about out loud. I'm Aimee, your host and intimacy coach, here to spark raw, playful, and unfiltered conversations about relationships, desire, and everything in between. No shame, no scripts, just real talk about what really turns us on. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Come Talk with Aimee. This month marks 1 full year of the podcast. 1 year of bold conversations, vulnerable stories, healing, laughter, hot takes, spicy truths, and all the beautiful nuance that comes with being human in our bodies, relationships, and desires. Yes! So, to celebrate, I'm doing something a little different. Over the next few weeks, I'm revisiting some of my favorite guests and sharing bonus footage that never made it into the original episodes. Think of it like opening the velvet curtained vault. This week, we're diving back in with episode 3 guest, Orla from Lubify. We recorded a playful foreplay game round, plus an aftercare style conversation where you'll get to know Orla a little more intimately beyond the interview itself. Next week, I'll be doing the same with episode 2 guest, Steph. These episodes feel extra special to me because they capture the energy that happens when the official interview ends and the real magic keeps unfolding. I just want to say thank you guys for being here for this first year of Come Talk with Aimee. Whether you've been listening since day one or you just found your way here recently, I'm really glad that you're here. Now, let's get into it. Yes. So, we are talking all things lube today. And so we have some fun lube type games. So, Orla, are you ready?
I'm here for it.
I
Ever.
love it. Okay, so we're going to play 2 games. The first game is called The Lube of My Life. So, this game, I am going to have Orla guess which type of lube is being described. How do we feel about that?
We're hoping I get it right.
All right, let's get into it. I can be used with silicone toys and condoms.
Water-based lube.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. So for silicone toys and condoms, think about water-based lube. You can still use silicone lube, I will say. With silicone toys, it's just that they can degenerate over time. So you'll want to be mindful about that. All right. Question number 2. I am for sensitive skin loves.
Silicone-based lube.
Ding, 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 ding. So if you have particularly sensitive skin, then consider silicone lube because not only is it has a silky texture, it's also hypoallergenic. And so there's less risk of allergic reactions happening. So definitely we love a good silicone lube. I might know of a good one, Lubify. So grab that silicone if you have sensitive skin. Or if you don't and you just want that silky amazingness. All right, question number 3. Grab me when you want to have steamy sex in the shower.
Silicone lube.
So, silicone lube can be definitely used in the shower. For this one, I was thinking oil-based lube because it's long-lasting. And so it's amazing for massages. It's not easily washed away. So if you're already in the shower, then it's great because you have that element of water, but you definitely do not want to use oil-based lube when you have latex because that breaks the condom down. So it's going to negate any reason why you're using the condom. So when you're using a condom and you're grabbing lube, go for your silicone, go for your water-based or your organic. Okay, and number 4, this is your last question for the lube of my life. This is for label whores, people who are like obsessed with labels and what type of ingredients are in lubes.
Organic lube.
For people who really want to know what their products are, obviously organic, or that they have ethical concerns, want to grab the organic. Again, Lubify, all natural, amazing ingredients. Orla, can you just go over the ingredient list for Lubify because it's so amazing?
Yes, absolutely. Lux Lube is like skincare for down there, and I would not want to put anything on our skin down there that we wouldn't put on our face. So the ingredients are very simple. It's silicone, it's squalene, it's hyaluronic acid, and it's vitamin E, with a little blush of some fragrant essential oils, which are neroli and cedarwood, just to give it that decadent scent. But it's vegan, cruelty-free, all natural, and just a pleasure for your skin.
It's amazing. It's like Pamper City, pamper in a bottle.
There you
All
go.
right. You did amazing. So, how are we feeling about moving on to round two?
I'm ready for it.
This is a little silly. I mean, why not, right? We're here to have some fun. So, this is Lube for Glide. This is an ode to slip and slides everywhere, where I am going to make some comparisons to either slip and slides or lube. And Orla is going to have to guess, are we talking about slip and slides or lube for Glide? All right. Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So, Orla, tell me, which of these two originated in 600 BC and which one was invented in 1961?
Lube was invented in 1961.
So, I mean, we love this. 600 BC is the first recorded use of lube. In ancient China, carrageenans from seaweed was first used in food for thickening properties, and then it creates this gelatinous substance and was made by boiling red seaweed into thick, slippery, and water-soluble liquid. And has natural properties. Researchers estimate that people in Japan, Korea, China use this to moisture and stimulate tissue for well over 1,000 years. And carrageenans, my word people, please correct me, let me know, are still used today in ingredients in food, beauty products, lubricated condoms, and lubricants. So there you go.
Wowee.
Wow,
That-
right? Thank you, China. Thank you, ancient China. And then in 350 BC, the earliest known personal lubricant dates back to ancient Greeks and Romans, who anointed themselves with olive oil as a sexual aid. And so it's actually the slip and slide was a children's toy invented by Robert Carrier and manufactured by Wham-O, first sold in 1961. Okay, so we ready for question two?
Yes.
So, which one of these requires a plastic sheet and a method of wetting to use? And which one is a method of wetting?
Well, slip and slide requires a plastic sheet and a method of wetting, and lubricant is a method of wetting.
For pleasure, I guess some people could use a plastic sheet with their lube, but that would create, I think, your own slip and slide. So, we are not recommending that. But if that's your thing, I want to hear about it. All right, question number three. This has a warning for use by adults. So which one has?
Has a warning for use.
Absolutely. Adults should not use a slip and slide. Did you know that warning is actual internal decapitation if you hit the ground wrong? So adults, grab your lube and leave the slip and slide to the kids.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. And just some history since we're throwing history in there. In 1993, there was a recall on the slip and slide because of the dangers that it had for adults. And that's when they put in the warning only recommended for children. Okay, question number four. I think you'll get this one. I have a good feeling about it. You've been doing it awesome. So one requires wetting, another one facilitates wetting.
Slip and slide requires wetting, lube facilitates wetting.
Yes. I have to call myself out because I basically asked that question already. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. All right. Amazing. So, Orla, what kind of aftercare do you have for us today?
I think really for aftercare, it really goes back to somatics, which is, of the body. So the most important aftercare you can really give yourself is listening to your body, and I often talk about the heart connection and just bringing it back into self. And whether it's your placing your hand on your heart or a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly, but just allowing yourself to feel the connection and asking yourself, how does it feel? And just acknowledging. And that to me is the best and most important aftercare. And even if it's with a partner, just engaging together, maybe placing your hand on your partner's heart and just feeling the heat and just letting that kind of energy come between you.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you break down what somatics is?
Yeah, somatics literally means of the body, so there are lots of ways we can really tune into our body. We can close our eyes and we can visualize, we can sit and meditate. So it's really just giving yourself the opportunity because, I mean, we're all pulled in so many directions constantly, especially if we're women and mothers, or if we're employees, or if we're sisters or daughters or aunts. We've so many things just constantly pulling at us, not to mention our phones and social media and just the noise in the world. So the word somatics really means of the body, and just allowing yourself to kind of sit there quietly and listen, you know? And I like to talk about embodied intimacy with somatics because you're really taking that
Mm,
opportunity into me, see, looking into yourself. So, because at the end of the day, we're living in an inside out world and everything starts within us. So, the more we can tap into that and allow ourselves feel that, then the more we can give out.
yes, absolutely. I love that. I love that. And it is Self Pleasure Month, AKA Masturbation May. Can you speak a little bit to somatics with self pleasure?
Absolutely. It's really just tuning into yourself, and whether it's your heart connection, your belly and breath, pleasure mapping, but finding something for you. Finding, whether it's placing your hand on your body, whether it's taking something like an ice cube, like a fork, running it up your inner arm, but just finding just different modalities that help you become more in touch with your own self, and then exploring further.
I love that. I love it. Amazing. Now, you mentioned breath work. Is there any tips that you have, or maybe you could even guide us through like a few minute meditation or somatics with the breath?
Yeah, I think breathing is so important. I like to start off any of my coaching sessions just with, a 3 or 4 breath exercise where really we're just sitting, closing our eyes and breathing right down into our belly. We tend to be fast paced, we're always going, we're shallow breathing. So let's just take a breath in through our nose and just put your hands on your tummy and just let it expand. Feel that breath going right down into the belly and just filling for a second. And just breathing it out, letting, sometimes even with a sound, is really helping you, like you're deflating that breath. So just breathing it right into your belly and then letting it out with a sound. And just repeating that breath a couple of times. You're almost resetting and just finding that calm. And a couple of deep belly breaths and just the slow exhales. Just recognizing how you feel in your seat, just grounding yourself almost if your feet are on the ground, feeling earthed, just taking that moment to be still and just continue to breathe for a couple more breaths. And slowly opening up our eyes and coming back, but just with a sense of enriched calm.
I feel amazing. It was just a few minutes, but like it's amazing the reset that tuning into our breath and our body has.
It's
It's amazing.
It's just as simple as a couple of breaths. We all make these excuses. Oh, I don't have 10 minutes to spend meditating. What's 10 minutes really out of our day? But I'm not even asking for 10 minutes. I'm just asking you to take a couple of seconds and take a couple of deep breaths because it's a really powerful tool. So, and that just
Yes.
constant, when we do that daily, that really increases our awareness of our body, of our sense of self, and being aware and alert to sensations and feelings. And there's no right way and there's no wrong way. It's whatever works for you.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for this gift.
Thank you,
Have
Amy.
a good one. Bye.
That's all for today, lover. Remember to masturbate, lubricate, and get ate. If you liked this episode, share with a friend, like, subscribe, and as always, thank you for coming. Please come again, and come again.